Imagine this. You're at a coffee shop. The barista smiles. You pull out your card. Swipe. Approved. Steam hisses from the espresso machine. You walk away with your latte. But in that split second, something invisible happens. Money is born. Not printed, not minted, created out of thin air. And it's not the government doing it, not the Federal Reserve, at least not directly. It's your bank, or more precisely, the system behind it. Welcome to the hidden engine of modern money. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on who really creates cash when you swipe, and why it might keep you up at night. Why talk about this now? Look around. Inflation's biting harder than ever. Household debt just hit $17 trillion in the US alone. Credit card balances? Over $1 trillion, climbing fast. Every swipe adds fuel to a fire that's been burning since the 2008 crash and shows no sign of stopping. If you've ever wondered why prices keep rising while wages lag, or why the economy feels like a house of cards, this is ground zero. Let's break it down, step by step, like following a trail of digital breadcrumbs. Start with the basics. You swipe your card. Say it's a credit card. The merchant's machine pings your bank. Hey, does this person have credit? The bank checks, approves, transfers funds to the shop's account. But here's the twist. That money didn't exist in your account before. Not really. It's credit, extended on the spot.
Now, zoom in. Banks don't just move money around, they create it. How? Through a process that's as old as banking itself, but turbocharged in the digital age. Picture a simple loan. You borrowed $10,000 from Bank A to buy a car. Bank A doesn't take that cash from someone else's savings. It types numbers into your account. Poof, $10,000 appears. You spend it. The car dealer deposits it in Bank B. Now, Bank B has $10,000 in reserves. But under fractional reserve rules set by regulators like the Fed, Bank B only needs to keep a fraction, say 10%. So $1,000 stays put. The rest, $9,000, can be lent out again. Someone else borrows that $9,000, spends it. Another bank gets it, keeps $900, lends $8,100, and on it goes. This is money multiplication. From your original $10,000 loan, the system can create up to $100,000 in total deposits, all circulating as real money. Absurd, right? It's like a magician pulling endless rabbits from one hat. But it's legal, and it's how 90% of the money in our economy gets made. Not by central banks printing bills, that's just 3 to 5%. Commercial banks do the heavy lifting through credit. Back to your card swipe. When you use credit, it's a mini loan. The bank creates that amount on their books, promises to pay the merchant. You promise to pay back later with interest. Debit cards? Slightly different. That's pulling from existing deposits, but those deposits often born from prior loans. The cycle feeds itself. Let's add some numbers for scale. In 2023, U.S. consumers swiped over $10 trillion in card transactions, each one a spark in the money creation machine. Timelines matter here. This system exploded after 1971, when Nixon ditched the gold standard, money untethered from metal, banks freer to land. Then deregulation in the 80s and 90s, credit cards boomed. By 2007, subprime loans, fancy term for risky credit, pushed the machine to its limit. We know what happened next. Crash, bailouts, trillions injected by the Fed to prop it up. Yet here we are, 2025, same game. Credit card debt up 50% since the pandemic. Average interest rates hovering at 21%. Banks profit billions while you pay. The hype? Convenience, rewards points, build your credit score. Shiny apps make it feel effortless. Reality? It's a trapdoor. Miss a payment? Fees pile on. Interest compounds. That latte?
Could cost double if you carry the balance. But the real discomfort, the math behind it all. Banks create money, but don't create the interest. So to pay back loans plus interest, more money must be borrowed, somewhere, by someone. It's a perpetual growth machine. Economy must expand, or it collapses under debt weight. That's why recessions hurt so bad. Credit dries up, money vanishes. Irony alert, the same banks that create money out of nothing panic when people can't pay it back. They seize assets, foreclose homes, all over digital entries they invented. Quiet chuckle there. We trust them with our livelihoods, yet the system's built on faith. Not gold, not even paper anymore, just ledgers and algorithms. Now, escalate. Zoom out. This isn't just your wallet, it's global. US banks create dollars that flow worldwide. Emerging markets borrow in dollars. When the Fed hikes rates, like in 2022, those countries scramble, currencies crash, protests erupt. Bigger risks? Bubbles, housing, stocks, crypto, all inflated by easy credit. One pop and dominoes fall. Remember 2008? Taxpayers footed the bill. Next time could be worse. With AI optimizing lending, swipes happen faster, risks amplify. Governments love it too. They borrow from banks that create the money. National debt? 35 trillion and counting. Future generations pay the tab. So who creates money when you swipe? Banks, with a nod from central authorities. But the deeper question, is this sustainable? We've built an economy on endless debt. Growth chases interest, but resources are finite. Planets warming, inequalities widening. What if the machine stalls? What if trust erodes? No easy answers, just this. Next time you swipe, pause. That simple act, it's rippling through a fragile web, one that could unravel any day. Thanks for watching. If this sparked curiosity, hit subscribe. More hidden truths coming.